Hello friends, today we will discuss about the various types of cell organelles according to the class 11th NCERT. At first we find, according to the NCERT also, we find that the endomembrane system. Within the endomembrane system, we find the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes and vacuoles. At first, we will discuss about the endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum divides the intracellular space into two distinct compartments. Divides the intracellular space into two distinct compartments. That is the luminal compartment, that is the inside endoplasmic reticulum, and the extraluminal compartment, that is outside the endoplasmic reticulum or the cytoplasm. In the basis of presence or absence of the ribosome, we also can classify the endoplasmic reticulum as the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The RER is frequently observed in the cells actively involved in protein synthesis and secretion. They are extensive and continuous with the outer membrane of nucleus. The RER is extensive and continuous with the outer membrane of the nucleus. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum means the ribosome is absent in these types of endoplasmic reticulum. The SER is the major site of synthesis of lipid. In animal cells, lipid-like steroid hormones are synthesized in the SER. In animal cells, lipid-like steroid hormones are synthesized in the SER. After that, we find the Golgi apparatus, which is formed by the cis and trans phase, which is mainly involved in the packaging of the materials. The Golgi apparatus, which is mainly involved in the packaging of the materials. After that, we find the lysosome, formed by the process of packaging of the Golgi body. Here, the lysosomes are rich in all types of hydrolase enzymes like lipase, protease, carbohydrates. These enzymes activates in acidic pH. After that, we will discuss under the endomembrane systems about the vacuoles. The vacuoles are bounded by single membrane called the tonoplast. The vacuoles are surrounded by single membrane called the tonoplast. In plants, we find that the cell occupied 90% by the vacuoles. 90% volume of the cell is occupied by the vacuoles. The tonoplast facilitate the transport of number of ions and other materials against concentration gradient into the vacuole. We find that the tonoplast facilitate transport of ions and other materials against concentration gradient into the vacuoles. Hence, their concentration is significantly higher in the vacuole than in the cytoplasm. After that, we will discuss about the most important cell organelles, the mitochondria. We will discuss about now the mitochondria. The first point we will say about the mitochondria is it is a double membrane bound structure. Mitochondria is a double membrane bound structure. The outer membrane and the inner membrane, dividing its lumen distinctly into two aqueous compartments, that is the outer compartment and the inner compartment. Outer and inner membrane divides its lumen distinctly into two aqueous compartments. That is the outer compartment and inner compartment. The inner compartment is also called the matrix. Inner compartment is also called the matrix. The matrix also possesses single circular DNA molecule, a few RNA molecules, and ribosome. The matrix contains single circular DNA molecules, RNA molecules, and ribosomes, that is of 70S type. The inner membrane forms a number of infolding. These infoldings called the cristae. The cristae usually increases the surface area inside the matrix. The two membranes have their own specific enzymes associated with the mitochondrial function. Mitochondria is the site of aerobic respiration. They produce cellular energy. In the form of ATP. Hence, the mitochondria are called the powerhouse of the cell. NCERT says that the mitochondria is capable of dividing by fission. After that, we will discuss about a significant cell organelle in plant body. It is a significant cell organelle of plant cell, that is the plastid. Based on the types of pigment, plastid can be classified into chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. The plastid can be classified on the basis of pigments into chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. In chloroplast, we find that it is composed of chlorophyll and carotenoid pigment. Chloroplast is involved in trapping light energy essential for photosynthesis. After that, we find the chromoplast. In chromoplast, we find the carotenoid pigments. Chromoplast, fat-soluble carotenoid pigments like carotene, xanthophyll, and others are present. This giving the part of the plant yellow, orange, and red color. The leucoplasts are the color plastid of various shape and size with stored nutrients like amyloplast, store carbohydrates, example in potato. After that, we find the elaioplast, store oils and fats. After that, we find the eleuroplast, which used to store the proteins. The amyloplast, elaioplast, and eleuroplast. At the last, we will discuss about another cell organelle, that is the ribosome. Ribosome is composed of ribonucleic acid and proteins. Ribosome is composed of ribonucleic acid, that is RNA, and the proteins. NCERT says that eukaryotic ribosomes are 80S in nature, whereas the prokaryotic ribosomes are 70S in nature. Eukaryotic ribosomes are 80S in nature, and the prokaryotic ribosomes are 70S in nature. Here, the word S stands for Vedvark unit. Here, the word S stands for the Vedvark's unit, which is the sedimentation coefficient. It actually measure of density and size. This sedimentation coefficient is indirectly the measure of density and size. Here we have discussed about the significant cell organelles as a brief